And when they feel safe and secure, they'll start calling for you. That is the Australian white tree frog, aka the dumpy tree frog. Finn's Frog Farm is a business that is formed on selling captively bred tree frogs and dart frogs. I have always been passionate about frogs. I grew up with a camping family. You know, we would go to a resort every weekend, and I would wake up every morning and be like, all right, I'm gonna go take off and try to find as many frogs as I could. And I think it was always just a passion of mine growing up. And then as I got older, I had an opportunity to see was a red-eyed tree frog. You know, something that, you know, you've only seen pictures of, and you see that come to life, and invigorated that passion around frogs for me. And I thought it would be a cool thing for Finn and Katie to experience. And then, you know, for a 5-year-old, he can come down here and rattle off some scientific names that I struggle with every once in a while, but he'll get involved with the feeding, he'll label fruit fly cups.
And his favorite is taking temperatures and spraying the water in the frog's habitat to keep the humidity up. I have been a teacher for almost 20 years, and I like bringing the frog data into the classroom. So we make charts and tables and graphs and study that data and look for trends. My kids are really engaged with that and have a good time. I usually tell people that frogs shouldn't be handled. They're more like a fish. They are amphibians, and amphibians absorb through their skin.
It's a really big, broad brushstroke of who's buying them. We have anywhere from some kid that's probably Finn's age that is passionate about frogs like I was, whose parents are bringing them to the expo and they're getting their first frog, to we have somebody, and I think her name is Stephanie, that buys frogs for us, and she is no less than 85 years old.
You know, as people are walking past the expo, some of them just walk past, you know, they're really looking at snakes, and then I'll say, hey, have you ever seen a blue frog before? And then like immediately they're like, no.
I think mom and dad are always a little skeptical. Everybody hears poison dart frog, right? Believing it's poisonous, but then getting through that educational piece, but then leaning over the table and, you know, showing this little kid a yellow frog, a blue frog, just things that you don't see in Minnesota, right? That really brings joy and happiness to me, you know. I mean, that's what this is about, you know. I wanted to bring this to other people, right?